So in second semester 2015, I'll be teaching a class called Promised Land and Exile. Now, these are arguably two of the major theological themes in Old Testament literature as a whole. And we'll be looking at the different ways in which the idea of promised land is presented in the Old Testament, in the law and the prophets in particular, but also the ways in which the loss of the promised land impacted on Israel's relationship with God and their understanding of suffering and the justice of God. And of course, these big themes in the Old Testament resonate very much with many of the major political themes that people struggle with today, not just in the state of Israel itself, but in other parts. So, for example, in our own country, in Australia, how Aboriginal people still regard their own traditional countries as, in some senses, promised lands from which they have been exiled in many cases, and the legacy of that tension between promise and exile as part of our political and theological setting here in Australia. But it's not just the immediate Australian context, but in many other places in the world. These are really key themes for people's understanding of their identity as people and as people of God. So join us for the class, Promised Land and Exile, second semester 2015.